I have played so many cozy games over the past few months, and although I've been able to cover some of them, there are still so many that I've not had the chance to talk about. So in this video, I will be sharing my thoughts on several cozy games that I've been playing recently or in the last couple of months. So feel free to check the chapters on this video if you're looking for a particular game, and I will make sure to tell you if a game was gifted to me or not. Now, majority of the games were gifted to me, and I am so thankful for that, but I still will be giving my honest thoughts and opinions. So if you enjoy the video, then make sure that you give it a like. And now we're gonna get right into the first game. The first game is called Rolling Hills, and I played it a while back on Xbox Game Pass. It's also on Steam. I play Xbox Game Pass on my PC. If you didn't know that you can do that, you can. So this is a game where you play as this cute little robot who serves sushi. You run your own restaurant, and you can add new furniture that not only makes the restaurant fit your style, but it also gives you different perks throughout the game, like increasing the customer's patience and so forth, so on, stuff like that. You can purchase ingredients from the store in town. You can even grow crops later on, and you can interact with the NPCs by hanging out at the local coffee shop, which increases your friendship with them. The game has some of the stories unfold through the characters, and new characters are even added in throughout the game. And the characters are super cute. The art style is super cute in this game. This game has a lot more than I thought it was going to have, and it is a lot more than just a repetitive restaurant game. And don't get me wrong about saying that, like, don't take that the wrong way, because I love Lemon Cake, which is a different game, and it is one of my favorite games, so I love the repetitiveness of that game. But this game has much more than just serving the customers and running around like crazy. You can go shopping, you can talk to the NPCs and go on little like coffee dates with them. This is a very relaxing restaurant game, and it's not really one that's gonna make you rage quit. And it's actually quite easy. I did kind of drop off from playing this game because I just found other games were holding my interest a little bit longer. Overall, I think that this game is super cute and is perfect for someone who wants a more laid-back restaurant management game with other elements added in, such as the friendships and buying things, upgrading stuff, all of that. I would definitely suggest picking this game up on a sale. I don't think it's a bad game by any means. I think it's a pretty awesome game, but just make sure you know what to expect going into it. And like I said, it's on Xbox and PC Game Pass, and it's also on Steam. Everafter Falls. This one came out, feels like forever ago now, but I was gifted this key, and when it first released, I made a video playing the first 30 days, which was the first season in the game. That's still as much as I've played of this game, and so I'm still kind of going off of those thoughts. I found that this game was really fun and quirky, but the art style didn't really appeal to me particularly, but I still wanted to give it a fair chance. Everafter Falls is a farming sim. It has a lot of the familiar elements that we're used to seeing, such as foraging, friendships, fishing, farming, dungeons and mining, ranching, bug catching, and more. I was first interested in this game because of its mysterious trailer and description, and one of the lines on their Steam page even reads, "Doesn't Everafter Falls just feel perfect? Isn't it where you always wanted to be? There's nothing to worry about, ... right?" So that really intrigued me, making me think there was like this deep, scary, interesting, I don't know, storyline that would come up. And in the first season, I didn't really experience any of that, but I did experience a lot of fun storylines, really funny storylines through the characters and the NPCs that you interact with and how they interact with each other. And there's some really good cutscenes, so I really enjoy the writing of this game, and I love the personalities in the game. I enjoyed the quests in this game. The fishing, it was okay. It's a very odd fishing experience. Like, the minigame is you drop the bait and you're trying to get it to fall in this like spinning circle, and if you do, you catch the fish. I also really enjoyed collecting items and donating them to the museum in this game. I found that super fun and satisfying. You just kind of drop them off and, you know, try to fill it up. So I like that. You can also collect bakery items as you progress, and it was really easy to identify which items were donated already, so that was good too. I didn't mind the mining. You go mining in this portal, but I found that the map was a bit confusing in there, and saving in there was a little annoying because you have to get to a certain save point each time, and so I didn't really love that part. The game also has these cards that you find from doing quests or in the portal, and you can gain new skills in the game that help you out, so that's a pretty cool and interesting addition. I feel like they really tried to be creative with this game, and I don't think this is a bad game, but it just wasn't enough for me to continue on with it, and I didn't have that feeling of continuing wanting to play. Now, you could be totally different than I am. This game does have good reviews on Steam, so definitely check out those as well. So if this game appeals to you at all, I would suggest giving it a try for yourself. Unfortunately, I'm not sure that I want to return to it myself, and I just don't love this art style either. I just find that there are other farming games that keep my attention a bit better than this one. This game is on Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 4 and 5, Xbox One, and Steam, and Everafter Falls was gifted to me. I believe this next one is pronounced Kamaeru, a frog refuge. I was gifted this game after the Wholesome Direct, and I did play it pretty immediately after on my own time. It has been a while since this one released, but it is such an adorable game about frogs. It's a frog collecting game where you take pictures of frogs and you breed frogs to identify new types of frogs. You can decorate your frog refuge. You can plant and grow crops, which attract bugs that you can feed to the frogs to acquire them as part of your collection, as well as growing crops to help you create jams and other items that you can sell and then buy furniture and upgrades with for the refuge. The frogs will appear on the furniture that you place, and they're so super cute. I played this game mostly while chatting with friends in my Discord, and the game is just so simple that it's perfect for that multitasking. It has a very good game loop for that. It mostly involves point and click, so it's not difficult, but I did see that the game has now been verified on Steam Deck, and it's also on Nintendo Switch, so it's very perfect like TV game to watch while you're playing TV or listening to a podcast or something. And if you love collecting games, then you might just love trying to breed and find all the different types of frogs. So this game was super cute, and so are the frogs. I like frogs. I think they're adorable. And I did kind of drop off of playing this one, but I feel like it's a good one to come back to if you just need some idle game to kind of do something with your hands and click around. So it's a good multitasking game, I would say. And if you do buy this game, I would suggest trying to get it on a sale because it is $19.99. And like I said, it's on Nintendo Switch, Xbox Series S, and Steam. This next game was also gifted to me, and it is called SunnySide. SunnySide is a modern take on a farming sim. SunnySide was supposed to be on the Nintendo Switch in August, but I'm not sure if that was delayed or where it is, or maybe it is out on there, but I couldn't find that when I was looking it up. But I am not sure, if that's still happening or not. It did start on Steam, which is how I've played it, and now it's also on PS5 and Xbox Series X. I don't often wish this about many games, or like any games really, but I honestly wish that SunnySide was released in early access on Steam. When it first launched and I played it, it still had bugs. Now that happens from time to time, that games have bugs that they have to fix, but these bugs just seemed pretty large, I guess, for me. Like, some of it had to do with the optimization, other things like just flying off my bike into the air and into the earth, and it was really funny and hilarious at the time, especially because I was streaming it, but in reality that really shouldn't have been happening. And the worst part is that randomly I streamed this game. It was like maybe my third or fourth time streaming it, and the optimization, the quality looked so bad all of a sudden, and I have a very good PC, so that shouldn't have been happening. I've heard that this game has been through some updates and it should run much better now, which is great, but I still haven't really gone back to the game. Also, upon hearing the devs on the Gaming Garden podcast, shout out to Josh, my friend Josh, he just had the devs on his podcast and they were super open and honest about the flaws of this game, which I think was really great of them to be that open about it. But they even stated at one point that some areas are much more polished than others, much more thought out, because they were a bit too ambitious with the game. So like the mining in the game, it doesn't feel as polished as maybe the cooking in the game. So I don't know, I felt a little odd hearing that, and that also made me feel like this would have been a little bit better to be released in early access so that they could get feedback and get help and not feel like all the feedback was so criticizing and hard, because hey, early access is meant for that. So I really feel like it would have been a good candidate for early access. I spent over 15 hours playing this game and I felt like I've barely accomplished anything every time. I spent so many hours running back and forth from place to place, biking back and forth from place to place. Sometimes the biking was just getting a little too annoying or difficult, and I was running into things and falling off, and sometimes that was really funny at first, but then I actually wanted to get into the gameplay and it was just annoying to keep falling over. I had difficulties trying to navigate the map. I'm not sure if they've updated that yet. But the NPCs are super cute in this game. I really like the atmosphere of this game. I love some of the modern takes in this game, like watering the plants with the hose, using the phone, texting, asking people to hang out in that way. I think that's super, super fun. So I do really like that part. There are some really cool things and really cool ideas just in this game. But I'm also I'm just not sure how much the devs are dedicated to keeping this game afloat and adding in more polish to the game. So I'm not really sure if I want to give it another go. I'm going to keep tabs on this game. I don't think it's a terrible game. I think I still had 15 hours in the game and I had fun. Yeah, I'm just not sure that this game has enough polish on it like it should and like I hoped for a fully released game. At this point, I don't necessarily recommend buying this game. I think I would definitely recommend other games before I would recommend this one. If I do give it another go though, I will let you guys know and I'll update my thoughts. And if you loved this game, please don't take my thoughts to heart or be offended. These are just my thoughts, my feelings about the game. And if you have some great thoughts about the game or updates about how the game is going for you, then definitely leave that in the comments. I'd love to hear about it. But if you do end up picking this one up, definitely get it at a good sale price. The next game is called Go-Go Town, and this one was also gifted to me. Go-Go Town is in early access on Steam, and you are the mayor of the town. It's your job to rebuild a rundown town, turn it into a thriving, hustling, and bustling town. You can construct shops, you can hire staff, you can attract tourists, you can automate deliveries to stock the shops, and so much more. It's a town builder and manager. It has a super cute art style. It's very quirky and just enjoyable. It took me some time to figure out how to identify how to automate the town, but once I did, everything just seemed to get so much easier. This game has a ton of potential. I'm excited to see what it's going to be like at the 1.0 release. If you like town building and managing and having quests alongside of it, then you might really like this. I did find myself feeling a little bit overwhelmed at times because there's just a lot to do and a lot to focus on as you continue to open up more areas on the map. I kind of wish this game, and I don't think it has this, but I wish it had like a creative mode, because then I could just build my town in peace without the quests and without all of that overwhelm. It feels absolutely polished for an early access title, and I would definitely recommend this one for those who love management and town building. This one is on just Steam right now as it's in early access. The next game is called Until Then. I purchased this game and I have been looking forward to this game since I played it during a Steam Next Fest a while back. I played the demo during that time and I just couldn't stop thinking about this game forever since since that. I adore the beautiful pixel art style in this game. This game is absolutely soul crushing. It crushed my soul. It broke my heart. It is an incredible story game that will immerse you totally into the life of Mark. And this game is also inspired by Philippine culture and locations, which is really, really cool. Mark's story unfolds as you meet his friends at school, you make new friends, you learn the stories of not just Mark, but also of his friends. And in this game, the world is trying to recover from a recent tragedy, which you'll learn more about as it continues on. This narrative game is just full of tons of ways to interact, but it also feels like you're watching a movie in a way. You can text friends, you can scroll on social media, like things, you'll make choices for Mark, you'll play mini games, and so much more. I don't want to say too much about this game because I don't want to spoil anything. It's something you just need to experience for yourself on your own, but it is such an incredibly good game. I played this game in one playthrough for 11 hours and I'm already itching to play another playthrough of this game. It's become one of my favorite story games ever, that's for sure. So definitely buy this one, purchase this one, but also be aware that there are themes of loss and difficulty and tragedy, so just be aware of that as you go in. This game is on PlayStation 5, Steam, and it's also Steam Deck verified. Magical Delicacy. Magical Delicacy was gifted to me on Steam, and it is a platformer that I can get behind. I am not often great at platforming games, especially like Mario, for example, but this one was perfect for me. This game is about a witch named Flora who is a cook, and you will cook meals and make potions by finding and foraging the right ingredients. There are several options of ingredients for each recipe. The recipe items just need to fit the correct tags. So a tag might be spicy, for example. That might be needed in the recipe. So you might have 3 items in your inventory that are spicy, and any of those items might be able to work. I also made a tips and tricks video for beginners for Magical Delicacy, so make sure if you're gonna check it out that you watch that video before you get started or in the beginning of your gameplay. I just know a lot of people were feeling confused in the beginning of this game because it is not super guided. It's a bit open-ended and lets you figure things out on your own, just kind of go around and explore. I know that the map in this game got a lot of complaints, but I was able to figure out how to use the map okay, so I didn't have too many issues with that. There is also fast travel that unlocks later on in the game, which is really helpful as well, but I just found this game really relaxing as I was completing cooking quests, foraging items, and just jumping around platforming in the game. There are also these catacombs, which are these like underground dungeon platforming areas that are difficult, but I also found myself feeling a bit addicted to some of these areas, trying over and over and over again to get through them. But at the same time, when I wouldn't be able to get through, I kind of wish there was an option to just skip it and open up that area or something like that. But overall, I do recommend this game, and talking about it even makes me want to jump in and play more. This game is on Steam, Nintendo Switch, Xbox Game Pass, and Xbox Series X and S. Creatures of Ava. I did a whole video on this one as well. I was gifted the game and sponsored by the game in that video. I really love this game because it is unique, it's breathtakingly beautiful, and I just love the concept of open world cozy. I want to see that more. Creatures of Ava is a unique creature saver game. You play as Vic, who is on a mission to save planet Ava from an infection called the Withering, and the Withering is killing the planet and killing the adorable creatures. So as Vic, you'll work to earn the trust of the people, but also the creatures. And this game guides you, but it also feels very open-ended, and it allows you to complete other quests along the way, which I like. I've really enjoyed my time in this game so far, and it's one that I've been meaning to get back to. I feel like there's not enough talk about this game, which is really surprising for how high quality this game is for only $25 on Steam. I feel like this game is seriously a cozy open world Zelda game. in a way, and the combat is really interesting in this game too, because you're like connecting and saving the creatures by like sucking the infection out of them, and it's pretty satisfying to do that. But yeah, I really enjoy this game, and I suggest that you check it out and try it for yourself. This game is on Steam, Xbox/PC Game Pass, and Xbox Series S and X. The next game was also gifted to me, and it is called Fields of Mistria, and the hype for Fields of Mistria is real, and for good reason. Fields of Mistria takes inspiration from the farming sims of the 90s, and it does a great job of that. Fields of Mistria is definitely one of my favorite games of this year. I am absolutely loving it. It's currently in early access on Steam, so it's not on other platforms yet, but it currently plans to be in early access for about a year. There are some restrictions in the gameplay advancement at the moment until they do an update during Q4 of this year, which is hopefully going to be pretty soon. You can play about 40 plus hours of the game, which I think is a ton. So the mines cap at level 60, and the heart events for the NPCs caps at 4 hearts each. But other than that, you can work on fulfilling quests for the NPCs, you can continue to decorate, you can continue to fill the museum bundles up. So I feel like there's still enough that you can get out of the game, even though there are those caps. I love the museum bundles. Fulfilling the museum bundles open up more crafting items and furniture items, which I really love. I'm not much of a decorator, but in this game, I love finding the new decorations because they're so cute. Everything about this game is pastel and cute and adorable and magical. There's magic you can do in the game. There's ranching, where you can breed and raise so many types of animals, chickens, cows, capybaras, bunnies, and more. And you can also breed them in a variety of adorable pastel colors. And yes, I have gotten a strawberry cow, so I love it. The fishing in the game is very Animal Crossing-esque, which I just really love. I actually love the fishing and just how simple it is in the game. And the mining is fun. It has its own unique enemies, and it even has this sort of bundle system that opens up as you get deeper in the mines. You need to bring certain items to that level of the mine in order to unlock the next area. So I really like that. There just seems like there's always something else to do. The NPCs in the game have incredible dialogue. They all feel very thought out, and they all have their own personalities, which is really, really awesome. I love how beautiful everyone is in this game, and I love the diversity in the characters and the representation among the cast. I also love that the stores never close in this game, and that I can just buy items whenever I want to. There are loads of things that I would love to see added into the game, and because it's early access, we can request what we want. But even in its current state, this game is absolutely amazing, and I totally recommend it if you love the classic farming sim feel. And if you want to know what features that I hope will be added to Fields of Mistria, then check out this video right here. Overall, I highly recommend Fields of Mistria. The game is only $13.99 USD, and I recommend it whether you play it now or you wait for early access to complete. I purchased Spirit City Lo-Fi Sessions during a sale. I purchased this game for focus and productivity. This game is just on Steam. You create a character, and as you keep the game open, you complete tasks on your checklist and more, you will slowly unlock more little cozy characters to collect that can work alongside of you, as well as being able to purchase decorations, outfits, and more that help make this game cozy and your style, and just helps you focus and get work done. There are timers in the game, to-do lists, journal, all sorts of really cool stuff. And this game is definitely not going to be for everyone, because not everyone works from home, not everyone has a PC. The only work I do from home is YouTube videos and scripting them and recording them and editing them, so I often will use games for productivity during that time. And I got into that because of Rusty's retirement, and then I was itching for another type of game like that, and I ended up buying this one. So before, I used to think that this game wouldn't make sense for me to use, but I found a way to use it, and it is very helpful and it's fun. You can even add sounds to the game like white noise, fireplace sounds, crackling, weather sounds, and more. So definitely check this one out if you need a productivity game. Love Ghostie. This one was gifted to me, and I haven't played as much of this game as I want to just yet, but I thought I would include it in this video anyway because I have really liked my time in the game. Love Ghostie just recently launched on Steam, and it is so unique. I had the honor of even interviewing the developer Jennifer of Love Ghostie on our podcast, the Slow Burn podcast that I co-host with Peyton's Corner and Nintendo Talk. So please check that episode out if you haven't. I have been meaning to play more of this game, and I am super grateful that I was gifted a key. In Love Ghostie, you play as a matchmaking ghost. You can choose 4 characters to add to your manor at the start of the game, and then more will move in later on. You steal items, and then you gift them to the residents of your manor, saying that it's a gift from another resident of the manor. You can also have residents go on dates together, see how it goes, and if you like those two as a match or not. Some matches will be more interesting than others. You can see relationships bud and bloom. Each resident has their own unique personality, and all of the residents are just so cute, and it's so hard to pick those first 4 residents to have in your manor. I've loved seeing the matches so far, and I have so much more time, like I said, that I want to put into this game, but just from playing it a little bit so far, it is so unique, it is so clever, witty, punny, it just has so much good stuff in here. It's very cute and very wholesome. I definitely recommend playing this one. The next game is Gourdlets, which I was also gifted a key from being a part of the Slow Burn podcast, so that's pretty cool. So definitely check out the podcast, by the way. This game is so stinking cute, and it is so super affordable as well. Gourdlets is currently on Steam, and it's only $4.99. Gourdlets is an easygoing sandbox game. It has beautiful pastel pixel art style, which I just love. I'm a sucker for it. You can add these little gourdlets to your town by calling the train to drop one off. And using Twitch integration, I was able to have many of you guys join my little farm that I'm creating. We have farm area, beach area, and like little house area that I've been making. And I've watched some other streamers making their places. I've had some of you guys posting yours in the Discord, and your little islands look so stinking cute, so I love it. This game is basically just a creative mode where you just place items, you just build up a little town. You can even build inside of the little houses that you place. There are no objectives that you fulfill in this game. You just make and you create, and the little gourdlets will enjoy their time no matter what. It has day and night cycles. You can even put hats on the gourdlets. There are so many cute things to decorate and build with. I am just super enjoying this game, way more than I thought, because like I said, I'm not much of a decorator, or am I in my decorating era? I don't know. I just love this game. I hope it does come to more platforms in the future, because right now it's only on Steam, and it's totally wonderful. I highly recommend this game. There are several other games that I've played over the last few months, but some of those games I am saving for future upcoming videos, so make sure that you subscribe to my channel and turn on the notifications so you know whenever I post a video. And hopefully I'll see you in my next YouTube video. Bye!